Hello and welcome to the Bewitched Hours channel. My name is Miriam and today's video will be part 2 of my favorite rom-coms of the 1950s. Previously I did share part 1. The link to that video will be in the description box. If you're interested in old Hollywood movies and you're looking for a good list to start with, then both videos will be a great help. Some Like It Hot is a 1959 black and white film directed by Billy Wilder. In this film, you will find Marilyn Monroe, Tony Curtis, and Jack Lemmon as the leading stars. The film is about Joe and Jerry, two musicians in Chicago, who unfortunately witnessed the killing of several gang members by Spats Colombo and his henchmen. To lay low, Joe and Jerry disguises themselves as Josephine and Daphne so that they can join an all-female band headed to Miami. While in the band, Johnny falls under the spell of a young woman named Sugar Cane, who is the vocalist in the band as well as a ukulele player, and he decides to start wooing her by disguising himself as a third character, a wealthy shell heir. While on the other hand, Jerry is stuck with an admirer who has chosen him as his next bride. This movie is a story about people who lie, cheat in order to con other people into bed or out of their cash. What I loved most about this movie is that every line, and I do mean every line, included a joke or a double meaning. If you're looking for a good movie to watch in which you can have a good laugh and also witness a little bit of a romance, then Some Like It Hot is for you. One little information about the movie. Back in 1959, or I should say 1958, when they were filming the movie, the intention was to make it in color. But since the makeup used on both Tony and Jack had a greenish tint to it, they decided to go and make the movie in black and white. And I have to say, making this film in black and white was the right way to go. Daddy Long Legs is a 1955 musical comedy film directed by Gene Negulesco, starring Fred Astaire and Leslie Caron. The story is about a wealthy American who, after an encounter at a French orphanage with an 18-year-old resident named Julie, he decides to become her guardian and pay for her education at a New England college. Puts two stipulations for this. One is that the two never meet. The second one is that Julie will send him a letter about her progress, her life, every single month. So Julie keeps sending him letters month after month after month without receiving any replies. Several years pass by and then they meet again. By chance. When they meet, they start to spend time together and the two fall in love. Bear in mind that until this point, Julie has no idea who he is. She still does not know that the person she has fallen in love with is the same person who has changed her life when she was a young woman. So this is the story. It's very romantic. There is a lot of singing and dancing, as you well know. When there is Fred Astaire, there has to be dancing. And Leslie Caron was famous for the fact that she was a dancer herself and a ballerina. So this is a good movie, very light-hearted, very romantic, and I do recommend it. Like I said, I'm only showing you the good stuff here on this list, so you go watch it. And the reason I love this movie even more is because when I was a young girl, I believe between ages of 8 and 15 perhaps, there was a cartoon under the same name, Daddy Long Legs, and I used to love that show. So watching the film always brings back lovely childhood memories. Father of the Bride is a 1950 film directed by Vincente Minnelli, and it stars Elizabeth Taylor and Spencer Tracy. Father of the Bride is a story about a father of a young, beautiful woman who has to deal with the emotional pain of giving away his daughter to another man. So the film goes into all the steps and the shenanigans that go into making and preparing a wedding. This was a good movie to watch. Elizabeth Taylor has always been a glamorous woman, and even at a young age, I saw the poster and I saw the trailer and I was a bit hesitant to watch it since I loved the version with Steve Martin and Diane Keaton in The Father of the Bride. I think it was released during the 90s, correct me if I'm wrong, but I loved it so much that I thought, you know what, I'm going to give the original one a chance, and I was not disappointed. It was a beautiful film. It captured every moment, every scene so beautifully that it nearly brought tears to my eyes. Nearly. Go watch it. You're gonna love it, I'm sure. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes is a 1953 musical comedy film directed by Howard Hawks, and it stars Jane Russell and Marilyn Monroe. The movie is about two American showgirls and best friends, Lorelai and Dorothy. Each woman has a different approach when it comes to choosing their future husbands. Lorelai believes that the only way to have a successful marriage is by choosing a rich man who can shower her with everything she desires, especially, but most especially, diamonds. Dorothy, on the other hand, is only attracted to handsome, fit, and strong men. This is a film without a deep subcontext, nor a deeper meaning. However, there is something about Jane and Marilyn's portrayal of the characters that makes you hooked from beginning to end. I personally enjoy Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, and I would recommend it to women especially. I do believe men would take a front with it, but it's a very enjoyable and very funny film. One little information about this is the movie where Marilyn Monroe sang her iconic and the classic song Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, and in which she wore the most exquisite, amazing pink dress ever created.